Hello, everybody. I made it home. Long shutdown. It was a long job. It was interesting. Um, Tight family friends of the family. Um, my sister and her good friend from childhood. Both our families very very close. We grew up together, and my sister's friend Heather, my friend Heather too, that we grew up with. Our family's really tight. She married fewer, and I run into him after many years. I mean, we always talk and we have Facebook and that, but we ran into each other on the same job. And we get laid off the same day. Everybody's shutting down, and so we get a plane ride together. And what was funny is there's a movie. There's a movie like this where the manifest, all the passengers on the plane, guess whose manifest doesn't come on the plane? They double booked one fella under both our names got crossed. They double booked him on our seats, and so I wasn't supposed to be on the plane. I'm supposed to be on the plane, but I wasn't registered to be on the plane. There was a 10-minute delay, and it was funny, when I'm sitting there at CNRL Horizons, and we had a 10-minute delay going through that. I'm thinking, it's just a sign, right? Like, so we fly. Everything's good the whole flight. We get to Edmonton, and I did a little video that wouldn't post straight away because you don't have internet up at high elevations. But we were going over this weather front. They announced strong weather front. Might be a little choppy, but I'll tell you, we come in, and I've experienced choppy when I was in Texas. They had a powerful lightning storm, an incredible one. And then that was sketchy at high altitude, and we were all jumping and banging. And I think everybody's experienced that or the plane twisting. But this was coming into Edmonton. We hit that weather front. We're on approach. We're coming down, and they got the flaps, the plane's fluttering a little bit back and forth, and we can feel it. But all of a sudden, a big push, and the plane just whoom right forward fast, right forward down, and he's barrel rolling back and forth, and we're watching the ground come in at an incredible pace, drop a doom style, and it's right out the window. I'm just behind, as you can see in my first video, as we're going over the front. I'm right behind the wing, right, and the two guys beside me, I'm on the aisle seat, but we know, and we're all thinking it, and it's happening in moments that pull up, or one of the wings is going to hit, but we're just going to flatten right into the ground. Adios, amigos. And what a heart stopper, a heart pounder. We were all freaked. People made comments. I crapped myself, they said, and it was scary. That's one of the scariest plane rides I've ever had. Pilot's reflexes. He pulled up, and it was literally as tall as trees are in Alberta, poplars, and some can get pretty high. We were probably able to just come up about 3 trees tall, and we were coming in so very fast. It was terrifying, drop a doom style, and we all would have went splat right into the ground. He pulled up just in the nick of time when we got out, and we were doing the barrel roll, and and he gets us up, and we're just like pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. And we get up, and he was rattled, and we came in for the second attempt, and that was sketchy too, but nothing like that weather front that just pressed us, literally throwing us to the ground. Everybody was just ah, heart stopper, one of the scariest things ever. I think it's because we were so low to the ground as we were approaching, and you got the planes coming up, and you feel that you're breaking in because the wind's pushing back, and imagine all of a sudden there's no wind underneath you, and the wind is actually the other way. It just pushes your plane forward like that, and we were all pretty terrified. So I'm very fortunate. Everything worked out. I was texting my daughters because we were so low at that, and I texted out and I messaged out. And then as we got up, and lost contact again, but everybody's okay, and it's just kind of life. It could end just snap of a finger like that sometimes. Unfortunately, today it wasn't the day, but I did crash many years ago. Many years ago, we crash landed in a helicopter, and I I remember that experience in a helicopter. You drop like a rock. You just, that prop stops, or you get that freezing snow rain, and you just drop like a rock. And that happened to us. And fortunate for me in the mountains those years ago, we hit in the Moss Muskeg, and it was just a big pool of water, like a sponge. We went in, and water was coming in all the rivets, and I remember that. And I hit the bowl so hard of that helicopter, the glass bowl, and then all of a sudden, you think the water's coming in, and all of a sudden the sponge just pushes us up like 20 feet out of this water hole, and pop, out comes the helicopter. We're in it. I remember I was soaked in the snow and rain. I remember I was terrified. I never flew again until my eldest daughter, Jerica, about 6 years back. I took them on a trip to BC, me and the girls, and Jerica wanted to, of course, she's like her dad. She wants to do the exciting stuff, and she wanted to do the heli ride around Soho, and I said, sure, let's do it. I went with her, and we did it. And I remember I was gripped thinking then, but this freaked me out today. This one was, I get, again, it's because we were on approach, and that speed, and approach, we slowed it down. We're still going fast, but when you nosedive on something like that, and you get the wings barrel roll, and you're straight, and it's coming up so fast, you're like, it's game over. Pull up, pull up, pull up, and boom, we got it up. Like, scary. Drop of doom times 10. I got angina or something. I don't think I had a heart attack, but it made you sick to your stomach, gave you the willies, and it's that moment of impact where it's like moments later we would have been splattered into the ground, and we got up. So it worked, and I'm alive, and I'm home for a little bit. I will be going back out to work. I hope I'm pull a job on Monday, and then if that works out, I should have 10 days off. So I'll get stuff done with the party. I'm very tired. I worked a lot of straight through, no days off, and heavy hours. So that's going to be kind of my regime, and I'm glad everything worked out. And it's true, I do love everybody, and I know it's funny, like when your life flashes like that, you think. And they said the whole manifest, the whole thing about today was just, yeah. I'm trying to remember the name of that movie. And probably you guys probably knew it, I should say. But you wonder now, am I going to get stalked by a benevolent presence called death? No, it's all good. It's all good, guys. And unfortunate, and God bless. Wow, that was pretty much the scariest attempted landing in an aircraft in my entire life. And I've flown quite a few times, so just never know, folks. And that pilot, fast reflexes, boy. Like, I'm glad he didn't lose his cool. So everything's okay. Everybody's okay. I messaged my girls, and they were, we love you too, Daddy. It's like, oh. I got a big hug from Sierra, and my cat Brave's around here, but she was all sucky baby before the video, but she was eating, so she's a fat cat gone. But thanks, everybody. God bless. I'm okay, and yeah, what a heart stopper. Bye now.